The story begins as our protagonist named Koji looks at how much money he has earned for the day. He says that it's not bad at all, but he gets distracted when he hears someone scream. Nearby, 2 level 1 villagers are being attacked by a level 3 slime. Their lives are in danger, but Koji uses a coin to obliterate the monster. The villagers can't believe how powerful Koji is, and Koji amazes them even more. He tells the kid to hold out his hand, and he gives him the money he made. Koji explains that you can get 100 bronze just by defeating 1 slime. Unfortunately, the kid points out that monsters are strong and scary, so he could never defeat one on his own. Koji simply leaves them, but the kid can't help but wonder if Koji is a hero. Koji shows them his status screen, and they are shocked by what they see. It turns out that he's a simple villager just like them, but his level is an insane 999. They have never even heard of a level being so high, and Koji just leaves. Koji lives on a small island nation called Hexaldria, which was formerly known as Japan. Ever since monsters appeared in this land, the people there have been assigned roles at birth. Some of them have special talents, like warrior, monk, priest, mage, merchant, and sorcerer. Some have exceptional powers, like sage, hero, and king. However, the most common of all is the powerless villagers. Most villagers remain between level 1 and 10, and they stand no chance against monsters. Therefore, they can only make their living as farmers or innkeepers. Elsewhere, a girl rushes to the ancient cavern. She is determined because a legendary sacred sword is inside of it. Back in Valmon City, our hero walks through a market. 2 adventurers are nearby, and they say that this is their chance. 80% of the world has been overrun by monsters, and they're about to begin their journey to save it. The girl named Carl turns to the guy named Rex, and she asks him if he's ready to accompany her. Rex declares that this was the mission entrusted to him, so he is ready. Meanwhile, Koji arrives at the Public Safety Guild after completing some quests. His reward for completing them is 5 gold, and everyone else in the guild is shocked. That's a ton of money, so they all wonder how many monsters Koji defeated. He did it all himself, so they question who this guy is. Before Koji leaves, he stops to look at a board with all the items available for purchase. There is one mystery item, and its price is 10,000 gold. Koji's eager to see what it is, and he says that he only needs 4,520 more gold. After this, he goes to look for a new quest. The other adventurers are shocked because all the new monster hunting quests are way too crazy for them. They are extremely dangerous, so they say that the jerks in the capital are trying to get their lives ended. However, they do admit that if you complete one of these quests, you can make a fortune. Koji notices a quest to go into the ancient cavern, which rewards 1 gold for hunting 30 blue devils. He gets really excited because now he knows how he will be spending his afternoon. Outside, we see that Rex has gathered a crowd so he can give a speech. He asks everyone why the capital must keep issuing quests and why the people must hire mercenaries just to travel from city to city. He explains that it's because of monsters. He says that it's the demons that emit the mana that creates monsters, and everyone agrees with him. Rex declares that the enemies of humanity are the absolute evil of demons and the demon king that reigns over them. If they don't defeat the demon king who's responsible for all this, then the world will never be at peace. Rex announces himself as the hero and reveals that he is now recruiting. He wonders who among these people has faith in their skills and is willing to fight alongside him. Rex and Carl show their status screen, and everyone is amazed. Rex is a hero, and Carl is a sage. Several adventurers volunteer to join them, and they shout out their credentials. One guy has even fought monsters for a living for the past 25 years. He is a level 86 warrior, but everyone is shocked when Rex says that he isn't qualified. Rex explains that he doesn't care how any of them live their lives, and he has only one condition to join his party. He says that the person will have to contribute at least as much as him. Rex reveals that he's level 90, and everyone is stunned. Carl's level is 42, so the other guy points out that it's less than half of his. Rex explains that Carl is a sage, and she will eventually become an excellent support. On top of that, she's also this nation's princess. She is the daughter of King Simon, who has accepted her destiny as a sage and has trained her entire life. Rex declares that if the king's daughter can defeat the demon king, then it will stabilize the world even more. A level 80 priest is sure that he can be of use to them, but Rex rejects him as well. He says that the guy is too old, and he can't have him deteriorating if the journey proves to be a long one. A level 72 priest steps forward and says that he's only 20 years old. Rex turns him down as well because he can't picture him as someone who will get stronger in the future. Just then, a girl named Tina Bills introduces herself. She's a 16-year-old priest, and she's level 50. Rex says that he would be happy to have her because she has a bright future ahead of her. Koji watches nearby, and he can tell exactly what this is. Rex is going on a harem journey with the prestige of slaying the Demon King. Rex announces that he will accept one more recruit, and he wonders if anyone else wants to join. His final member steps forward, and Koji gets tired of watching this spectacle. He goes to the ancient cavern and says that he will complete the quest before the sun sets. He looks forward to getting it done so he can enjoy some sushi for dinner. Inside the cave, Koji's excited to find the first blue devil. The level 93 beast lets out a terrifying roar, but Koji just punches it in the face and destroys it. He collects his 34 silver, and the quest page updates automatically. There is 29 left to go, so Koji gets to work. He eliminates a few more, and he notices that one of them gives him a rare drop. It's the blue devil's horn, and Koji's surprised to see that it's worth a lot of money. It doesn't look that valuable, so he wonders why that is. Koji continues his quest as he only has 15 blue devils left to go. Just then he notices that the hero and his party are also here. Rex eliminates a blue devil, and all the girls compliment his power. Tina thought that she sensed someone approaching, but Rex is sure that it was just a monster. He assumes that it got scared and ran away, and Koji's relieved that they didn't spot him. He doesn't want to interact with them at all, so he gets out of there. Carl wants to continue moving forward, so Parna points out that the princess is getting really eager. Carl is quick to point out that right now she is a sage and not a princess. They are all equals here, so they can just call her by her name. The girls all give each other nicknames, making it clear that they're all getting along. Parna asks Rex why they came to this dungeon first, when the Demon King's castle is in the opposite direction. Rex reveals that there's a hidden chamber here that only the royal family knows about. He shows them that there are crests hidden throughout the dungeon, and he says that you must follow them to reach the chamber. Of course, Parna wonders what they will find inside of it. Rex reveals that there's a legendary sacred sword that only a hero of level 90 or above will be able to equip. The girls are stunned, and Rex goes on to say that it's the ultimate weapon that no previous hero has ever wielded. Parna wonders why the royal family kept such a powerful weapon all to themselves. If they lent it out to someone, the Demon King could have been eliminated ages ago. Rex points out that there's no guarantee that a hero would defeat the Demon King, even with the weapon. That's why they kept it in this dungeon, in case a hero was ever born into the royal line. They could only trust it to someone in the family, so Tina wonders how Rex knows about it. Rex reminds them that Carl is the princess, and the king didn't want her life to end. When Rex told him about the party he was forming, the king gladly told him about the sword. Rex says that their combination of a hero, a sage, and a legendary sacred sword will guarantee the defeat of the Demon King. Tina is impressed by his speech, and she realizes that they joined an amazing party. Parna agrees that the journey ahead will definitely be interesting. Just then we see that the red-headed girl from before has horns on the back of her head. Meanwhile, Koji eliminates several more blue devils and collects a total of 952 silver. He only has to defeat 2 more, but he wonders why there's so many in this area. Another beast tries to attack him from behind, but Koji eliminates it. Normally it would take him an entire hour to clear 10 of them, but it's been much faster because there are so many of them. The redhead rushes past him, and Koji tries to stop her. He says that it's not safe, but he's surprised when the girl just runs by a bunch of monsters. Koji eliminates them, and he wonders why they didn't acknowledge the mysterious girl. Nearby, Rex fends off more monsters, but he is exhausted. He wonders why there are so many of them, because it's never like this. Parna points out that this dungeon could be dangerous without at least 4 adventurers of level 70 or higher. Rex already knows this, but even so, this many monsters is unnatural. Tina finishes up healing Kroll, so she goes to help Rex next. Unfortunately, she's almost out of mana, so she admits that she still has a long way to go. Unlike the others, Parna didn't get hurt at all, so Tina says that she's amazing. Parna concedes that she's just a mage, but she has a lot of experience going into dungeons and fighting solo. Carl then apologizes to Rex because she feels like she's holding him back. Rex tells her not to worry because she's doing her best. Besides that, they have already arrived at their destination. The resting place of the legendary sacred sword is just up ahead. They enter the room, and they're shocked to find that someone's already there. Rex demands to know who she is, and Carl can sense an exceptional mana emanating from the girl. This makes it clear to everyone that this girl is actually a demon, and the girl covers herself. Rex determines that she must have something to do with why there are so many monsters around. He's quickly distracted though when he notices that the sacred sword is gone, and he wonders what the girl did with it. The girl says that she didn't do anything and she didn't take the sword. Rex doesn't believe her, and he declares that demons are their enemies. He won't show her any mercy just because she's a child, and he says that he has no other choice. He begins the attack, and everyone in his party joins in. The girl is completely defenseless, and she just gets ready for her life to end. Their attack lands, but everyone is shocked to see that someone blocked it. Koji stopped their powerful strike with his bare hand, and he says that ganging up on a kid is a pretty trashy thing to do. Rex wonders who he is, and he demands to know if he's with the demon. Koji simply says that he's just a villager that was passing by. Everyone is stunned, because there isn't a villager in the entire world that would be able to block their attack. Rex is sure that he must have used some kind of item, but that isn't the case. Koji explains that he just grabbed their attack with his bare hand and crushed it. Rex says that this is impossible because villagers don't have that kind of power. He is sure that Koji is lying, so Koji just shows him his status screen. The party is stunned, but it's clear that Koji's telling the truth. Carl demands to know why he's protecting the girl, and she points out that she's a demon. Koji quickly tells him that the girl's horns are just a hair accessory. He also says that the girl is his little sister, and everyone is shocked. Koji explains that they took this quest together, and they already have a bunch of blue devil horns. Tina determines that the horns are the reason they sent so much powerful mana. Koji says that she is correct, and he shows them that they have completed their quest. Rex agrees to accept their story, but he still demands to know why the girl was in this room. What he wants to know most, though, is what happened to the sword. Koji is confused, and he looks at the mantle behind him. He apologizes to everyone as he remembers what happened, and he says that he just took it with him. Everyone is stunned, and they demand an explanation. Koji reveals that he actually came to this cavern a really long time ago. He stumbled upon this room and found the sword. He didn't think much of it and sold it to a merchant at the market. He wonders if it was important, so Rex explains that it's the royal family's generational sword. Rex is furious, but Koji says that he had no idea that it was so special. He apologizes, but Rex points out that he still doesn't know how bad the situation is. He says that the sacred sword was infused with the mana of the ancient sages. Only someone with the role of hero should have been able to draw it. Koji is laid back as always, as he admits that it was pretty heavy. Pulling it out wasn't so easy, but he still managed to do it. Rex really thinks that he's lying now, because a villager would never be able to do it. Koji has heard enough, so he approaches the mantle. Everyone then watches in disbelief as Koji lifts up the entire mantle itself with his bare hands. This is all the proof they need, so the shocked Rex wonders what level Koji is. Koji reveals that he's level 999, and everyone is at a loss for words. They have never seen anyone like Koji, and Rex can only wonder what he did to reach this level. Koji isn't even sure, and he just assumes that he got to this level by fighting monsters every day. Rex points out that he's been doing that too, and he isn't even close to the same level. He would even say that he's beaten more monsters than anyone in the world. Carl interrupts their argument to point out that the sword was the property of the royal family. Koji taking it and selling it means that he stole her family's treasure. Koji can't deny this, so he wonders if there's some way that he can just pay for it. Carl explains that that sword was created for the sole purpose of defeating the Demon King. It's absolutely priceless and irreplaceable. Koji wonders what else he can do, so Kroll says that he can join their party and help them defeat the Demon King. Koji surprises everyone by declining that option. Rex is sure that with abilities like Koji's, they will be able to win against the Demon King. If that isn't Koji's goal, then Rex can only wonder what is the purpose of Koji's life. He is sure that someone like him would even be able to defeat the Demon King all by himself. Koji simply says that his life doesn't have a purpose. He is just making money to get by like everyone else. He isn't interested in hunting the Demon King, and he just leaves that stuff to the heroes. The Demon King has never done anything to him, so he doesn't really care. Carl is stunned, and she wonders if he doesn't want to help people that are suffering. She also points out that there's a lot of riches and glory to be had. Koji admits that he's intrigued by the riches, but not the glory. As for suffering people, he helps any that he comes across. None of this is enough to convince him, so Carl offers to become his wife the moment the Demon King is defeated. Rex tries to stop her, but it doesn't matter because Koji turns her down anyway. Carl makes one final attempt by pointing out that he could achieve something that no one else ever has. Koji declines one last time and says that he doesn't see defeating the Demon King as some kind of achievement. Koji leaves with his supposed little sister, but he has one last message. He tells Rex that he still doesn't understand how the world works. This is a clear warning to the hero, and Koji simply leaves. Outside, the red-headed girl reveals that she's been looking for someone like Koji. She needs his help, and she says that she needs to get married. Of course, Koji points out that she's too young, and she would have to wait 100 million years. He tries to leave, but the girl stops him. Koji changes the subject, and he asks her why she wanted the sacred sword. The girl reveals that her father is very sick. She thought that if a hero got the sacred sword, they would end her father's life. Koji's a bit confused, but he understands that as long as a hero doesn't have the sword, then her father can live. This, of course, makes him wonder who her father is. The girl is hesitant to answer, but she eventually reveals that her father is the Demon King. He's really sick right now, and he hasn't been able to get out of bed for over a year. The girl is surprised because Koji seems to know her father personally. Koji doesn't give any details, and he just says that they've had a couple run-ins. The girl assumes that that is why he declined the hero's offer to help eliminate him. Koji says that it's not the case, and he only turned them down because it wouldn't accomplish much. The mana produced by demon horns creates monsters, which attack humans. Demons don't even have to do anything for humans to hate them, and nothing will change that. The girl refuses to believe that, and she says that she's seeking coexistence. She wants to prove to everyone that demons and humans can get along. That's why she wants to marry a human, but Koji says that it's impossible. Demons aren't any different than humans, other than the fact that they make monsters. Everyone knows that, but it doesn't change how they feel. He points out that it's not her fault that she was born with horns, because she was just born a demon. Unfortunately, she is hated by humans because of it, and that's just. She wonders why Koji doesn't want to eliminate the demons, so he says that it's just dumb. He leaves one last time, but the girl follows him. Back inside, Tina's furious with Koji. The hero's party doesn't know what to do now, and they wonder if they should try to hunt a Demon King without the secret sword. They will have to rework their plan, but something is bothering Rex. He can't stop thinking about the warning that Koji gave him. He said that he doesn't understand how the world works, and Rex doesn't know what he means. The others wonder if Koji might have some crucial information, but Rex doesn't know. All he does know is that he must become a lot stronger. Stronger than that villager, and stronger than anyone else. Back with our hero, he wonders how long the girl plans to follow him. She comes out of hiding and reveals that she has a favor to ask. Koji reminds her that he already turned down her proposal, but that isn't it. Instead, the girl says that she just wants him to buy her something. It's a medicine called the Spirit's Blessing Potion. She heard that they sell it in this area, and she even has 500 silver to buy it with. Unfortunately, Koji points out that the Spirit's Blessing Potion costs 10 gold. The girl is out of luck, so Koji tells her to just go home. She refuses and asks him to lend her some money. She wants to save her father's life, and he's in more danger now than ever. The humans are coming for him, and if his life comes to an end, then the humans will go after all demons. Koji points out that saving him now won't stop the humans from targeting him. He says that they will get the Demon King eventually, and the girl is horrified to hear this. Koji wonders if she hates humans, but she points out that hating them won't accomplish anything. Koji is caught off guard because he didn't know that there were demons that felt that way. The girl says that she's glad to have met Koji because her father told her to have faith that people like him exist. Koji admits that he's in the minority when it comes to liking demons. The girl assures him that if it's not now, she will eventually find a way for humans and demons to coexist. She refuses to give up on bringing everyone together. Koji is impressed, so he gives something to the girl. He says that he will buy her the potion, but she will have to join him. The girl doesn't know if that's a good idea because she will just bring him problems. The mana from her horns will be too obvious, and it will cause trouble. Koji points out that her horns aren't emitting anything right now, and the girl is shocked to see that he's right. She wonders what he did, so Koji explains that he covered her horns in a special cloth. The cloth converts mana into something else, so no one will know that she's a demon. The girl wonders how he made this cloth, so Koji explains. There is something called a spawn block that absorbs mana and spawns monsters. If you break it the moment it spawns, you get materials. It's how he got the cloth, and the girl says that it feels like it was made just for demon horns. She wonders why he has something like this, but Koji doesn't answer. He simply wants to know her name, so she introduces herself as Alice. She says that it's nice to meet him, and their journey begins. They eventually reach the city, and Alice is amazed by how beautiful it is. It's her first time in town, so a merchant gives her an apple for free. The market is really thriving, and Alice wonders how much the apple is worth. Koji says that it's about 150 bronze, and 1,000 bronze is enough to buy a decent dinner. 10,000 bronze is worth 1 silver, and 10,000 silver is worth 1 gold. 1 gold is a ton of money, and it's even enough to buy a house. However, if you want a fancy one, like the ones nobles live in, then you need at least 50 gold. Alice is shocked, because that means that the spirit's blessing potion will cost a lot of money. Koji explains that aside from medicinal uses, the potion fights aging and wrinkles. It's a treasure that nobles might use once a year if they're lucky. Alice realizes now that it was silly of her to think that she could buy it for 500 silver. She wonders if it's really okay for Koji to pay so much for it, and he wonders if she's getting cold feet. He jokes that maybe he will have the Demon King pay him back himself. Alice is sure that her father will, because he has tons of jewels in his castle. Koji agrees to take 15 gold worth, but Alice points out that that's 5 more than it costs for the potion. Koji explains that the extra 5 is for returning Alice all the way to the castle. Alice celebrates because she didn't know that he would also be dropping her off. Later, Koji tells her to wait at an inn while he goes to buy the potion and to recruit a friend. They will need another person for their journey, someone to protect Alice while he does the fighting. Adventurers might try to attack Alice again, so they have to be prepared. Koji goes to leave, and he tells Alice not to let anyone in the room. Elsewhere, we see a mysterious man riding on a monster. He looks menacing, and he tells the humans to tremble in fear. Back with Alice, she agrees with Koji about demons being humanity's enemy. She realizes now that she was just being naive. Just then, she hears Koji's voice at the door, so she goes to open it. It turns out to be someone else, and Alice is terrified of them. She passes out, but we see that it's Koji's friend. Koji gives Alice a headband to cover her horns, and he introduces her to Takako. Takako then reveals that he's a level 124 monk. Koji told him everything, so he promises to protect Alice no matter what. Koji tells her not to worry, because Takako agreed to help them, even knowing that she's a demon. Takako admits that there was a time when he too thought that all demons had to be slain. However, one day, a demon saved his life when he was on the verge of dying. He realized that humans and demons aren't so different, and he quit the adventurer life. Takako opened a bar, and he is furious because Koji hasn't been there in some time. Alice apologizes for fainting earlier, but Takako doesn't take offense. He knows that Alice was traveling for some time, so he says that there's a hot spring nearby that she can use to relax. No one ever goes there, so they wouldn't notice a demon. Koji tells Alice not to worry, because Takako is actually a woman. He explains that she destroyed all her womanly attributes and replaced them with huge muscles. Takako warns him to be careful with how he phrases things, and she kicks him in the neck. On the way to the hot spring, Alice points out that Takako is really strong. Koji is level 999, but Kakako was able to hurt him really bad. Kakako explains that it's because Koji's a villager. A monk like her has 3 times the strength of a villager at the same level. Monks also specialize in close-range combat, and every 100 levels, they get a special combat skill. However, Kakako admits that in a real fight, she wouldn't stand a chance against Koji. Alice wonders if it's because of his insanely high level, but that's only part of it. Kakako explains that Koji is simply exceptional. Back at the inn, Koji thinks about his past and how something terrible happened to his family. Alice wonders how Koji got so strong, so Kakako says that he fought a lot. To raise your levels in this world, you have to get experience points by beating monsters of a higher level than you. Alice knows this, but she can't imagine how someone can get to level 999. As far as she knows, there aren't any monsters that are even over level 500. Kakako's more surprised because she didn't even know there were monsters that high. She wonders if Alice is worried about someone getting a really high level and ending her father's life. She tells Alice not to worry because nobody other than Koji can do it. What makes Koji so special is that he's lacking something precious to every living being. Alice wonders what that is, but Kakako tells her that she will learn soon enough. Just then, the ground begins to shake, and monsters begin falling out of the sky. One falls right in front of Koji, and the guy in charge makes an announcement. He says that this is a declaration of war. He announces that the Demon King has begun his all-out assault upon humanity, and they will all be subject to his control. Alice is stunned because this is definitely the Demon Lord's army. The monsters begin to terrorize the entire city, and Alice is horrified. Humans and demons will never be able to work together if things like this keep happening. Meanwhile, Koji grabs one of the monsters and launches it into the sky. He gets really anxious when he realizes that someone's going to get all of the money from defeating these monsters. He doesn't want to waste any time, and he starts launching even more of them into the air. The enemy is shocked when he sees this, and he wonders if a hero is doing it. Alice is just as surprised, and Kakako says only Koji is capable of doing something like this. Meanwhile, Koji picks up some of the money from defeating monsters, and the girls rush towards him. They have to stop though when they see Rex and his party. Alice is afraid of them as she explains that Koji had to protect her from them. Rex announces to all the villagers that monsters are falling from the sky. He says that the best defense is a strong offense, and he tells everyone to behold his swordsmanship. He uses his Iron Wave slash attack and sends a bolt of lightning into the sky to destroy a monster. All the adventurers in town are amazed, but his teammates wish that he didn't call out the name of every attack. Parna reminds everyone that this is a town of adventurers, so they all have to stand and fight. They must repel the Demon King's army, so everyone agrees to join them. Rex tells them to follow his lead, and he unleashes another attack. Shockingly, it's stopped by someone that threw another monster to get in its way. It was Koji, so the heroes wonder if he's trying to show off his incredible power. They even begin to fear that Koji might be working for the Demon King. Koji says that that's not the case, and he just thought that they were doing too much. An all-out attack seems like a good idea, but they're inside a city. It would be okay if they could take out all the enemies with one hit, but it would be a huge problem if all the monsters fell at once. What's also concerning is what will happen if the adventurers miss their targets with their dangerous weapons. All of this stuff can land on innocent people on the ground. Koji rates their plan and gives them a 3 out of 10. He scolds Kroll, but she's never had a man strike her head before. The other girls arrive, and Koji's glad to see that they're okay. Parna realizes that Koji was just throwing those monsters with his bare hands, so she wonders if he can't use magic. Alice is surprised to hear this as well, but Koji tells her not to worry. The enemy announces that the Demon King's army is vast and mighty, so no one can resist them. Koji wonders if Alice knows who that is, and she says that it might be someone named Menno. His family has served her father for generations. Parna tells Koji that they must make a show of power to the Demon King's army. The Demon King doesn't know what they can do, so they must show them the errors of their ways. This will also help prevent future attacks. Koji says that she's smart enough to realize this, but she didn't notice something else. It's pretty clear to him that the demons are probably mounting raids all over the world. They're probably doing it to figure out which cities they should invade. This means that it would be better for them not to show their hand. He shocks everyone when he says that fighting the enemy isn't their only option. The first thing they should do is find out what they want, or else they might miss out on crucial information. Koji tells Kakako to get ready because they're going to talk to the demon's commander. Everyone is stunned because he just flew into the sky to communicate with the demons. This entire thing seems reckless to them, but Kakako just says to leave it to them. Kakako follows after Koji and gives him a boost midair. This launches him at an insane speed, and he goes flying past Manhwa. Manhwa wonders what's going on in this crazy town, and Koji lands behind him. Manhwa demands to know who he is, so Koji simply says that he's just a passing villager. Manhwa wonders how Koji even got up here, so our hero explains that someone with a lot of horsepower gave him a boost. Manhwa is distressed, so he attacks Koji, but he doesn't manage to do much. Our hero tells him to chill out, and Manhwa is stunned because he couldn't even scratch him. He is sure that Koji has to be a hero, but Koji reiterates that he's just a villager. He shows Manhwa his status screen, and Manhwa absolutely loses his mind. He sees that Koji's level 999, but that should be impossible for a human. Manhwa quickly realizes how dangerous Koji is, so he declares that he must eliminate him right now. Koji calmly tells him to relax because he has no intention of unaliving the Demon King. He reveals that he's friends with the Demon King and his daughter Alice. Manhwa is caught off guard because Koji knows Alice, but he doesn't show it. Instead, he just acts like he doesn't know what Koji's talking about. Koji says that the situation is pretty simple because he actually has Alice in his care down below. Manhwa is startled again because he thinks that Koji is claiming to be on the demon's side. Koji says that he isn't actually on their side, but he isn't their enemy either. In that case, Manhwa can only wonder why he came all the way up here. Koji explains that he just had a little question, and he asks why the Demon King ordered this invasion. Minao says that it's an absurd question, and he wonders why Koji would even ask. Koji finally gets very serious as he explains that Alice told him that the Demon King was really sick. Minao denies it and says that the Demon King is in perfect shape. Koji questions this, and he wonders if the Demon King actually gave Minao this order directly. If he did, will have no choice but to take action. Minao is sure that it was a direct order, but then he remembers what actually happened. The Demon King was in the room when the order was given, but it wasn't him that gave it. It was his right-hand man, but Minao points out that the Demon King seemed fine. He didn't speak, but he looked to be healthy. Koji says that the Demon Lord could have been manipulated, but Minao takes offense to this. Our hero didn't mean it as an insult, and he says that he was just warning against making assumptions. Minao realizes that he must return to the castle immediately, but Koji tells him to wait for a second. Koji starts eliminating the flying beasts, and Minao wonders what he's doing. Coins rain down from the sky as Koji explains that he just wants to make some money before they leave. Koji then flies from beast to beast, taking every single one of them out. The hero watches from below, and he can't believe that Koji is eliminating the entire flock of hell crows all by himself. Parna thinks that he's insane, as she wonders what kind of person would approach a demon commander. Alice is worried about Koji, but Takako assures her that he will be okay. Meanwhile, Tina's busy helping the injured, and she calls for the others to help her. Minao again wonders what Koji's doing, as he points out that he has to get back to the castle. Koji tells him to calm down, because it's probably not safe for him to go back right now anyway. If the Demon King is being controlled, then whoever is behind it probably sees Minao as a threat. Minao is shocked by Koji's analysis, and Koji explains what he's actually doing. The reason he's eliminating the monsters is because it would be better for Minao to act like his entire force was eliminated in battle. It will look like he was just defeated, and he will be able to investigate what's really going on in secret. Koji eliminates the final Hell Crow, but it was the one they were standing on. Minao wonders what he was thinking, but Koji tells him not to worry. He says that this fall probably won't end their lives, but Minao doesn't find that reassuring at all as he screams for his life. A little later, Minao regains consciousness after falling. He can't believe that Koji survived that fall, and he calls him a monster. Koji casually takes Minao's robe and says that it's the perfect thing to carry all his money in. He wonders what Minao's name is, and Minao introduces himself. He says that his family has served the Demon King for generations, and he personally has been serving them for 3 years. Koji keeps shoveling up all his coins, so Minao wonders why Koji isn't eliminating him. Our hero says that it's a dumb question because he can't take the life of someone that cares about his friends. Minao is in disbelief because he can't understand how a human could care about what happens to a demon. Koji says that this thought is also dumb. If it wasn't for the mana that creates monsters, humans and demons would get along. In reality, it's just the monsters that pit humans against the demons. Then the demons fight the humans because they're just defending themselves. This snowballs by building hatred, and Koji thinks it's sad. Koji finishes gathering all his money, and he says that he's going to beat the rest of Minao's strike force. Then tomorrow morning, he will come back to this forest with Alice. That way all 3 of them can go back to the Demon King's castle together. Manhwa is shocked again because he can't believe that Koji would risk everything just to go back with them. He points out that it would make Koji an enemy to both humans and demons. Koji simply explains that he made a promise to Alice and he wants to see this situation for himself. Koji carries his huge stash of money as he leaves, and he tells Minao that he will see him tomorrow. Minao can't believe that the Demon King and Alice have a human friend, and for some reason it makes him smile. The next morning, Alice thanks our hero for talking things over with Minao. Koji says that it was easy because Minao is a reasonable person. Koji then says that they have to discuss the transportation that they will be using to get to the castle. The issues they have is that they will have a big party, and they can't take horses because horses are afraid of demons. They wouldn't be afraid of Alice because her mana is repressed, but Minao is a different story. Alice is concerned, but Koji tells her not to worry because he has a way for them to get there fast. Koji goes to meet with a couple guys, but they're really mean. Alice is terrified of them as they wonder what a human is doing here. One of the guys says that he doesn't like being stared at by gutter trash, and they remind Koji that they are superior beings. They tell him to be grateful that they're even giving him the time of day. Koji explains to Alice that these guys are monsters called Senta. They are usually very proud and generally uncooperative. However, there's one strange thing about them that makes them useful. We see that these guys are hitched to a carriage, and the driver tells them to get moving. Koji explains that Senta enjoy paying a little too much, and it makes them pull the carriage. They move really quickly, and it's how they will get to the castle. Our heroes then go to the woods, where they meet with Manhwa. Manhwa apologizes because he didn't know that he was attacking a town that Alice was in. He offers to take his own life as punishment, but Alice tells him not to worry about it. Manhwa then thanks Koji for protecting Alice. He is quickly startled by Takako, so Alice explains that Takako is also protecting her. Just then Rex and his party come out of hiding. They suspected that Koji was working with the enemy, and now they are sure of it because he's meeting with the demon in the woods. They accuse Koji of being a liar and lying about his entire story. They also determine that Alice isn't his sister, and she is actually a demon. They can't let Koji escape, and this is where his life will end. Koji calmly rates their hiding strategy and gives them a 0 out of 10. He smacks Carl on the head and says that surrounding people who are stronger than them won't get them very far. Rex attacks our hero and tells him that they didn't come here for one of his lectures. Koji easily dodges all his attacks, but Rex keeps coming. He declares that a hero never gives up and he must always fight evil. Koji stops his blade with one hand and Rex calls him a monster. Parna explains that a lot of people got hurt in yesterday's attack, so they can't just give a pass to the person responsible. Koji doesn't disagree with this, so he tells Manhwa to say sorry. Manhwa refuses because the demons have endured that same pain hundreds of times over. They never received an apology from any human, so he doesn't see why he should apologize. Rex doesn't care about demons getting hurt because he says that they're all evil. Everyone who works for them is too, which is why Koji has to pay. Koji wonders if Rex has even thought about why he thinks the way he does. He points out that Alice is a demon, but she isn't dangerous at all. He even reveals that she's the Demon King's daughter, and the heroes are stunned. Koji points out that they let her go the other day because she didn't feel like a threat to anyone. Koji does admit that demons do cause harm through the monsters that are produced by their horns. That's why he won't stop them from slaying the Demon King. However, aside from the monsters, demons are no different than humans. Some of them may cause harm, but they are not all evil. That's why he refuses to let anyone hurt his friend. Koji shows just how angry he is as he breaks Rex's sword. Tina points out that Manhwa must be evil because he was the one that attacked the city. Koji immediately makes him apologize, but Tina says that they at least need to arrest him. Koji can't deny this, but he asks them to give them some time. There's something strange going on at the Demon King's castle, and Koji wants to figure it out. He asks them to hold off on arresting him for a while, but Carl demands to know what he's talking about. Koji reveals that the Demon King wants peace with the humans, so he would never order an attack on a city. On top of that, Alice says that he's been really sick this entire time. Rex is furious as he points out that there's no way that Koji could know what the Demon King's intentions are. Koji reveals that he has met the Demon King before, and the heroes can't believe it. Our hero then makes his point by wondering when the Demon King's forces have ever attacked a town before. The heroes realize that they can't remember that happening even a single time. Koji explains that the Demon King's mana does create monsters, but he doesn't necessarily command them. He points out that humans and demons are both just fighting back against threats to their lives. He pleads for the heroes not to get caught up in their prejudices and actually think about what's going on. Parna refuses to believe that demons are not their enemies, so she fires off an attack. She warns that there is a chance that Koji has been brainwashed and they can't trust him. Koji realizes what he must do, so he and his friends run away as fast as they can. He admits to Alice that trying to get humans and demons to coexist is not easy. Alice agrees, but she points out that Koji actually got them to listen. Our heroes then go to look at the transportation that Koji got them. It's the Senta, and they're once again really mean. They say that humans are lower than trash, and they're unworthy of being in their presence. Our heroes then board the wagon and continue their journey. Back in the woods, Tina wonders where Koji and his friends went. Carl says that if they're headed to the Demon King's castle, they will surely run into them again. Rex thinks about how monsters are a threat to humans, which is why demons have to be wiped out. Rex can't wrap his head around how Koji thinks that demons and humans are the same. Parna says that they need to move forward, but Rex wonders why she doesn't have doubts like the rest of them do. Parna thinks back to how a demon took the life of her closest friend, and she tells Rex that she has no reason to have any second thoughts. Back with our hero, the group decides on the best route to take. They decide that the long way around the city will be best because they don't want to cause any problems with Manhwa's mana. Minao worries about Alice's mana, but she tells him not to worry because Koji gave her something to suppress it. Unfortunately, Koji only has one of those, so Minao will have to stay hidden as much as possible. They then discuss a city that's along the route called Salmaria. Koji wonders if Minao attacked that city as well, and Minao confirms that he did. Just like with Valmon City, the point was to send a message. That means that the real invasion will begin soon, and the very first target will be Salmaria. This is a big problem, so our heroes head there immediately. Koji explains that their plan is to tell the guards that they're going to the city to sell blue devil horns. That way they can use the horns to camouflage Manao's mana so they can get into the city. When they arrive, the guard stops them because he senses demonic mana. Manao hides in the back of their carriage, and Alice tells the guards that the mana is coming from blue devil horns. Koji says that they have a bunch of them, and he explains that Alice is his sister. She always wanted to see Salmaria, so they're also here to do some sightseeing. The guard buys their entire story, and he says that it's perfect timing because there's a parade today. He says that they've been dealing with attacks from the Demon King's army for the past few days, but they managed to push them back. That's why they're holding a parade to celebrate and build morale for tomorrow. Koji wonders what's happening tomorrow, so the guard reveals something shocking. They are sending a large force to hunt the Demon King's army. Inside, Alice is amazed by the parade, but Koji feels differently. The people are riding high in success, but if monsters were to attack their strike force seriously, they would get wiped out. Things would get really bad, and it would ruin any chance of coexistence. Koji tells Alice not to worry though, because he has an idea. They will simply infiltrate the Demon King's castle before the city's strike force can get there. Then they will stop the Demon King's army and take all the demons on the run with them. Everyone is shocked, but Takako points out that his plan is way too reckless. She says that there's a chance that the Demon King really wants to eradicate humanity. Koji simply says that if that's the case, then he will just have to fight the Demon King with all his strength. Alice is concerned, but Koji says that he will only do it as a third force. He would fight as a united army, seeking coexistence between humans and demons. This shocks the others because they didn't consider this as an option. Koji points out that there are plenty of people, like Takako and Alice, that don't have a problem with the other side. All they will have to do is gather as many of these people as they can and do their best to stop the fighting. Alice eagerly says that she will join his side, but Koji points out that she might end up having to fight her father. Alice doesn't want that, but she says that if her father truly changes his mind about humans, then all she wants is to stay on Koji's side. She refuses to give up on coexistence, so she will do whatever it takes. Takako is also on board, and Manao thinks about his situation. He works for both the Demon King and Alice, but in the end, he vows not to leave Alice's side. Everyone is on the same page now, so our hero couldn't be happier. That night, Koji thinks about how the city gate is closed right now. The strike force will be heading out in the morning, so he and the others will have to leave as soon as the gate opens. There's no point in getting stressed out right now, so he enjoys some ice cream with Alice. They then go to eat some dinner, but they find the heroes at the restaurant. Koji gets out of there immediately, and the heroes chase after him. Alice wonders if it was a good idea to run away, but Koji points out that they didn't have a choice. He does want to talk to them, but now is not the right time. Just then they notice a monster in the middle of the city, and Alice says that they have to get everyone to safety. Koji stops her as he points out that this is actually a demonstration. This creature was captured by the humans, and they prepare to attack it. Koji explains that what people will do is end the life of a weak monster in front of everyone to boost morale. They are putting on a show, and Koji hates it. Just then, something comes crashing into the crowd as it destroys the monster, and everyone is shocked. It's a giant monster called a Hellbeast Berserk, and it's level 213. Even Koji can tell that this is not good, because everyone is really in danger now. The people are terrified, and the monster goes on a rampage. This is definitely not part of the show, so everyone runs for their lives. The Hellbeast terrorizes the entire town, and Alice begs for Koji to do something. Thanks for watching my recap. Make sure to like the video.